Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm the Intel, and to say the least, my Assassin's Creed tier list was a massive success. It's almost at 100,000 views, it's kind of insane. But one game in that list drove a lot of controversies. That game was Assassin's Creed Unity. And now I want to see if I was to go back and give the game a fresh try and a look at it today, as I haven't played it in a couple years, will I still dislike it as much as I did when I last played it, maybe back in 2017, 2018? Well, let's find out. Now, I bought a new copy of Unity for the PC to play through the opening hours again, because, I was going to play it, 60 FPS, I was going to 1080p, ultra, make the game look really nice. And while it was fine, I was playing for the opening hours and it was fine, but performance was just bad. Like, I mean straight bad. I was encountering bugs and glitches, sometimes cutscenes would stutter or freeze, or NPCs would get stuck. But the worst of it all was the frame rate. The frame rate was nowhere near locked to 60. I had the frame rate locked at 60, and I'm playing this game on a 1080. Yeah, a GTX 1080, and this game recommends a GTX 780. That's like 1 or 2 years older than a 1080. I can't even begin to imagine how much worse the game's performance would be on a 780. So yeah, the frame rate just wasn't good, and after playing the opening hours on PC, I played like 3 or 4 hours, it just wasn't a good port at all. Some people in the comments did tell me that the port and the performance was fixed, but it definitely was not. The performance, especially on PC, was not fixed. So, I moved on to my Xbox Series X, and I played the game on there, which I actually found out the game has an FPS boost, where Xbox actually up the frame rate on older games, meaning the game will run at 60 FPS. But the problem is the game will run at 900p, so 900 pixels, at 60 FPS, which is not a great resolution, to be honest. I was playing the game on a 4K TV, but the game ran super smooth. Like, I'd say it was worth it. So to sum up this section, if you want to play this game, I really recommend picking up an Xbox Series S or an X to play this. They both run 900p 60 FPS, so I recommend it if you want the 60 FPS experience, or if you have a PC with like an RTX card, like an i9 or something, because you're going to need a pretty powerful hardware if you want to keep that game locked at 60, because I certainly wasn't able to. Now, playing the game on my Xbox Series X, I was playing on a finished save. So this is my save from like 2014 when I finished the game. I have like most of the gear unlocked, and now I was playing at 60 FPS. And my first thing to do was I went to go and explore Paris. And I was blown away, to be honest. Even in such a low resolution, and a game from 2014 looked so good. The game was gorgeous, with amazing draw distances. You could see for what I thought was miles. There was hundreds of NPCs crowding around on the streets, hundreds of interiors. It blew me away, to say the least. I always liked Unity's world, but after playing Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, with their less than populated worlds, this was such a breath of fresh air. I walked around just for a solid 20 minutes, just admiring the world. It truly is a beautiful world, Paris, in Unity. Combat was good. Not good, actually. I would say it's the best combat in an Assassin's Creed game in the pre-RPG age. Unity's combat is great. I even forgot how good it was in my tier list. It's fast, snappy, flashy, hard at times, and most importantly, fun. My idea for a cool little challenge, if you play Unity a lot, or you want to do a little fun challenge, is go put on some rank 2, because you get like ranks and stuff for your armor and weapons. Put on a rank 2 sword and armor, and then go into a rank 5 area. And fighting enemies is super fun, because in 2 hits, you will die. And you do barely any damage. And when there's 6 or 7 enemies crowding around you, it's a really fun challenge. And it's an amazing experience. I'd actually recommend giving it a shot, because it kind of feels like a hardcore mode, because even one mistake might cost you this entire mission, and that was really fun. And I think if you want even more of a challenge, do it with level 1 gear. That would be a real challenge. Wow, I'd like to see that. No complaints about the combat here. Unity's combat has aged perfectly, and is easily the best combat in the series before the RPG era. I will say I still prefer Odyssey's combat more. I know not everyone's going to agree with me on that, but I just really enjoy the parrying and the abilities that you can do in Odyssey. But Unity easily has an S tier combat system. Yeah, stealth is insane in Unity. Being the first Assassin's Creed game to have crouching is a serious accomplishment, and also makes you wonder why it took this long. But yeah, clearing bases and doing heist missions are super fun. You also got one of my favorite tools in any Assassin's Creed game, the Phantom Blade. It was so cool having like a little crossbow fold out of like your hidden blade, and oh, it was so cool. It's a really nice looking piece of gear as well. I kind of wish it had returned to future entries. I know we just have like bows and stuff, but I think it's really cool to like, you know, point your hidden blade and a crossbow folds out. It's so cool. I don't really have much to say about the stealth in the game. It's like most pre-RPG Assassin's Creeds. It's great. It's not like Valhalla where the stealth has just been broken forever. It's really good, to be honest. Now, this I was definitely wrong about. I thought the parkour in Unity was just good. I was completely wrong, to be honest. The Unity parkour is easily the best in the series. It plays so fluid and smooth, and the animations complement it so well, it's almost unreal. I don't have much more to add, to be honest, that you probably don't already know, but the parkour in Unity is easily the best in the series. The animations in Unity are in another world. They feel like next generation. Like, they're so well, there's so many animations, it's really good, and I really recommend just playing the game just for the parkour alone. Now, I haven't done a full replay of Unity, but playing the first 3 to 4 hours on PC, I still hold my opinions about the story of the game. They haven't changed. I don't like the story at all, to be honest. It just doesn't click with me. And that's fine. The gameplay and the world of this game is so good that I can excuse a lackluster story. I know some of you won't be happy with this, but I don't think there's anything anyone could say that would change my mind on the story. I just really don't like it. I'll admit, I was wrong for the most part about Unity. It really is a good game. Even though I don't like the story, it's a damn good game. And if you haven't played it, really give it a shot. The story, even though I don't like it, you might actually like it yourself. It's kind of, obviously stories are subjective, but me personally, I didn't really like it. You can even play for Unity without paying attention to the story, and the world and the gameplay are just that good, it doesn't even matter. Now, in my tier list, I ranked Assassin's Creed Unity as a C tier game. Today, after playing quite a lot of it and having a blast, I'm going to upgrade it to an A tier. That's quite a major upgrade. And I'll admit, yeah, I was wrong about Assassin's Creed Unity. If the story clicked with me and I really did actually like the story of Unity, this would easily be an S tier Assassin's Creed game.